Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. It's been a while, but today I thought I'd do a fragrance review of just one fragrance, because I rarely do this, because it's very rare that something interesting comes out in the market, in my opinion, especially if we're talking about the niche category. But today I have a fragrance that I really like, and I really love this brand. It's one of the few niche brands that I am really fond of, actually. And this one is a brand new fragrance, and this is the Ingenious Ginger from Goldfield Banks. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about this new fragrance and if I recommend it or not, and who this is for, and if I think it's worth buying. So we jump straight into the video. One fragrance review. Feels like way back when somebody did just one fragrance review. But anyways, how does this fragrance smell? Well, right in the first splash, you get this very, very seductive ginger note, very fresh in the opening. I've tried this before, so I know the dry down, of course. But this one is very interesting because it opens up very fresh. But when it dries down on your skin, it gets this very creamy, it's like whipped vanilla milk with some candy-like smell. Not in a too feminine type of way, but it's very warm, it's very creamy. It's like skimmed milk in some way. Creamy skimmed milk with a little bit of these nice ginger notes on top, which makes it a little bit more easy to like if you don't really enjoy these straight out fresh fragrances, clean fragrances, and you want something a little bit more cuddly, a little bit more smooth in the edges. Because this smooths down, the longer it sits on your skin, it smooths down a little bit more. And I thought when I first smelled this fragrance, I thought it reminds me of some fragrance that I know, and it reminds me of the classic Dior Homme Sport that is unfortunately not available anymore. They have a new Dior Homme Sport, but that's totally different in the scent profile if you compare to the older Dior Homme Sport, which was a little bit more creamy, and it reminds me of this fragrance a lot. So if you are fond of the old discontinued Dior Homme Sport from, I think it was from 2013 to 2017, when they had this type of creamy vibe to Dior Homme Sport, and you like that, but maybe your bottle is empty and you want something that goes in the same direction. It's not a clone, it's not super similar, but it reminds me of that fragrance in an instant when I smell this one. This one sits longer on your skin though. This sits longer on your skin. I usually don't take more than 3 sprays of this one and then I'm good to go. I think it's a fantastic fragrance now in this season when it's middle of the summer. I think I go for this on the nighttime a little bit more because it has some seductive notes, seductive creaminess in the mid note and dry down that makes it a little bit better in my opinion for when the sun sets. It gets a little bit colder, but still pretty warm. You can just have a sweater, but it's not a fragrance for like 30 degrees Celsius plus. It's not a super good fragrance in the super high heat, I would say, but somewhere in the middle, I would say it's a great fragrance if you want something that is a little bit creamy but still very fresh in the opening. And yeah, longevity good. The uniqueness factor is like, I would say it's a 7 out of 10 because it develops to something a little bit different than when you just smell it in the first splash. So it's a little bit developing type of fragrance, which sometimes I like, sometimes I don't. But because this one developed to something that I like the classic Dior Homme Sport, I enjoy this fragrance. So this is of course for the connoisseurs that already collect niche fragrances. But if you already have the original Dior Homme Sport, it's not a must-have, but it's a nice complement to your collection if you like some little bit more high-end, a little bit more luxurious, expensive fragrances, and you can buy them a little bit cheaper. This is not super expensive if you compare to a lot of designers. I think this goes for around $140 to $150. So it's very, I think it's very reasonable priced for being a niche fragrance. Some of the other niche fragrances can go for easily $200, $300, $400, as we all know. And because it's very good in longevity, and it also has kind of a unisex vibe, so you can just share this with your girlfriend. It's not too masculine, it's not too feminine. I think it's leaning a little bit in the middle, maybe a little bit more to the masculine side, but it's not like a very strong, like woody and powerful fragrance in that sense. So it's a good combination between the seductive notes and the masculine notes, I feel. And yeah, I think everyone could wear this one. Mid-age, I think it's the best, I think, because then you might have some money you can spend on fragrances, and if you don't, that's totally fine as well. So Ingenious Ginger from Goldfield Banks, I would say, is a nice fragrance. It's a very well-rounded fragrance, good longevity, good versatility. You can wear this as an office scent, of course, as well. Thank you for watching. I'll see you the next time.